Welcome to the MSP Corner Podcast. Before we kick off our show, we would like to share what our main objective is at the MSP Corner. Our main goal is to help CEOs build profitable and self-sustainable IT service firms. We are not just providing tools for IT firms, we will be sitting in meetings with you to ensure your IT firm stays on track. The first area we are focused on, strategic sales. IT firms are stuck selling technology or IT support. We will provide you with the blueprint so you position your firm as an added value to your prospects. We will have framework on how to sell value so you influence the prospect into selecting your firm. The second area we see many IT firms struggle in is marketing. 90+% of businesses rely on antiquated marketing methods. The most popular choice, word of mouth. We have proven methods on how to attract the ideal prospect. Our framework will include how to become the online authority and be the business influencer for an industry. The third component to our package, scaling. IT firms walk away from opportunities because they lack the bandwidth or skill set to scale. We have lined up reputable businesses so our members can hire on-demand resources that will allow them to scale their business. The fourth area we will offer help in, selecting the right tools. In order to deliver value, you need the right tech stack. Our platform will offer information on products that are the ideal choice for MSPs. The fifth area we will offer help in is with documentation. Templates are a critical component when building an MSP. We will have contracts, proposals, SOWs, collateral, and much more in the template section. You will have every document you need to start up your managed IT service business. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go to our next podcast. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the MSP Corner Podcast. I'm your host, Brianna Leone. And I'm joined by my co-host, Gregory Morawietz. And today's topic, well, our title of the show is Objections Aren't Roadblocks, They Are Relationship Tests. Before we get started, let me just quickly go over the agenda. And like always, we always have an introduction. Objections aren't, these are the topics we'll cover. Objections aren't a rejection. Common objections, calm response, best question to reopen the conversation, playing the long game with non-deciders, closing the loop, and then a quick plug on MSP Corner, and then some closing thoughts. So, real quickly, well, we're going to bring some real-world insights to help IT service firms ask better questions, grow smarter, right? And today's episode dives into what happens after the proposal has been presented, has been handed, you've gone over it with the client, and what you need to do when objections surface. So Gregory and I, we're going to explore how to navigate, hesitation, price pushback, and the dreaded, we're still thinking about it. Without getting, when you hear that, we automatically we want to get defensive. So we don't want to get defensive because I get it. I've been doing this for a long time. It's like you put all this time and effort, and then they give you this, we're still thinking about it. It's like, what's there to think about, man? Well, we want to pump the brakes and not get defensive. So in this conversation, every MSP owner should hear, especially those still closing deals themselves, because this is an important topic for many of you. So let's start off with the first topic, which is objections aren't a rejection. Because when clients hesitate post meeting, what's really happening? Because this is an opportunity for you to mentally reframe objections as trust building moments. So Gregory, do you remember the first time a client ghosted you after a strong first meeting? I mean, I don't know, it's been a while for you, but Have you ever been ghosted, and how did you handle it?
I'm ghosted on interviews for text. I'm ghosted all the time. When am I not ghosted?
Yeah, no, I know. But when you put, well, I guess, you do put a lot of effort into getting these interviews set up. But when you're trying to sell something, because, yeah, I know that sometimes you take matters into your own hand and you keep me out of it. Sometimes you want to handle it yourself because a friend referred you. We have friends that say, hey, talk to Gregory. He'll take care of you. And next thing you know, you're presenting, and next thing you know, they're asking you for a quote, and you ask me to create it for you, and then I send it to you, and then you send it to them, and what happens? What happens? How do you feel after they ghost you? What are your thoughts?
Well, some people don't like to push back on anything. They just are weak. So they don't
Yeah,
like to push back on price. They don't like to push back on capabilities. If they go to a restaurant and it says that the steak is made with peanut oil, they say that they don't want the steak. They don't ask if it could be made without the peanut oil because they're allergic to it. They just don't. They're not in that mindset.
sure.
So it's just not going to meet their needs.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that it's a big mistake to just send a proposal without meeting with them face to face, or at least going over it with them on a Zoom call, because you lose a lot of control. You lose controlling the conversation because, well, getting ghosted is just not fun, right? I mean, who likes to be ghosted? It's very frustrating. And I guess it's a popular term that was created by people in the dating world, because that's how I heard about the ghosting thing, right? It's like, oh, they ghost that I got ghosted, dad. I'm like, what is ghosted? Or I think she ghosted somebody. I forget how it was. Or she was telling me about a friend who got ghosted. But it was funny. I'm like, what is this ghosted business? And I guess it's made its way, this mainstream saying has made it into the business world, because ghosting is not fun. And I find it to be, I'll tell you how I feel about it. It's very unprofessional, extremely unprofessional. And people should have the ability, we're men, we're adults, we're all adults, whether you're a man or a woman, we're adults. And if you're going to say no, say no. Just say, hey, you know what? This isn't going to work out. We're going to move on with somebody else. At least give them some closure, close the loop on it. How do you feel about that?
I've had a person who got very aggressive with me when I told them the truth. And I
A
like to not
salesperson.
tell the truth. In most situations, I like to blame myself for problems because of the fact that I don't want there to be like negative feelings that could cause violence.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm the opposite.
So I know, of course, you're the
Today,
opposite.
for our listeners today, we were in a meeting with a very large organization. And the lady in this meeting was so hostile. I found it comical. I could tell the other guys, because they're from India and they're very polite and kind. I could tell they were getting a little uncomfortable. What did you think?
Absolutely, they were uncomfortable. They didn't know what was going on.
It was like a circus show, to be honest with you. Because I'm like, we've got like some interesting individuals in this call, and this lady is yelling at these poor guys who are like, why didn't you read the answers to the question, or we sent out the questionnaire. And I'm like, and then at the end they were saying we never got the questionnaire, and they were saying we sent it, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys, we stop, please stop.
What was
You're
interesting, and I texted you about it, was why did she keep doing it? I don't understand why she kept beating on us over and over again about nonsense. She wasn't going to go with us, so why even be on the call?
Well, I think that she felt. No, I agree.
Like she had to punish us for not listening to her or whatever. I don't know what it was. It was really strange.
She's got to, she's in the government business, so she's got to document her time. 30 minutes in meeting. Okay, with what meeting? Actually, it was an hour. Technically, probably half an hour. She said she was in there for an hour, so she can go to the water cooler and gossip there for 30 minutes. But yeah, I think she was just she looked angry. She looked angry. She didn't look happy. And I don't know if we were to.
Did you join the team call? Because I was on it with a phone.
Yeah, no, I did the video call.
Oh man, wow! I didn't see her face of anger.
You had to. Oh man, I was enjoying it. I just loved it. I just relish in those moments when people get mad at me. I get excited about it. I don't know what it is about me. I get excited. It's like going to school. I'll tell you a funny story. So in junior high, I had this big crush on this girl, and she was. I was walking her home, and her and her best friend, and I go, "Hey, are you guys going to go to Lincoln High School, the high school we're supposed to go to right after junior high?" And they're like, "No, we're going to go to Del Mar, another high school down the road." I go, "Why? Why are you guys going to go to Del Mar?" Well, our parents found out that somebody gets stabbed at Lincoln High School every week. Like, stabbed? Wow. Okay. What did I do? I told my dad, I go, "I got to learn how to fight better." He's like, "Okay, let's go get some boxing lessons and wrestling." And so I joined the wrestling team, and thank goodness nothing ever happened, but it was so far from the truth. There were fights, right? People would have confrontations, and people would try to bully you and things like that, but it was a far cry from somebody getting stabbed every week. But it was just very comical. I kind of like it when people try to bully me, or they try to, be mean or something. I just look at them like, dude, you're barking up the wrong tree. That doesn't happen. I went to high school where people were going to get stabbed, and I wasn't scared to go to school. All right, let me get back to the call. So let's talk about a common objection and follow-up conversations, right? So you're often dealing with salespeople. I sometimes deal with salespeople because they're trying to sell me their lead generation services. So which objection do you often give to other salespeople that call you?
I usually ask them to take me off their list. I listen to what they have to say. I used to do a couple things. For number one, I listen to pitches just to hear what people are pitching.
Sure.
Like cold callers, I'll listen to them and say, "What's going on? What's the new? Is there anything new, anything interesting out there?" And I got to tell you, no one is coming up with anything new.
No, it's not. I tell you what's up.
It's bizarre.
No. There is something new, and I got an email. I got a message on my LinkedIn inbox, and this guy is like, "Look, I got an AI agent that can make cold calls for you, and they sound human, and they could have a conversation about your services and make as many cold calls as you want." I'm like, "Damn, okay. I want to see this in action." I think this would be great for the MSP Corner members because, dude, I want to see it in action, right? I want to see a demo. I want to see it. I actually want to interact with it. But cold calling is something that could get replaced because you're asking questions and they're going to have a response. And these AI agents, I think, can do it. What do you think?
Absolutely not. They're only going to be able to ask questions and then respond with canned response. And that's not. I've been called by an AI agent, and I am like, I know I'm not talking to someone real, and so I'm kind of like, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah. Well, this guy swears by it, so I'll keep you posted, dog. I'll keep you posted because I think that I know that AI is not going to replace somebody like me because there's just too much involved. You just got to know how to read the room.
You got to know which questions to ask when certain situations come up, et cetera, et cetera. So too much to know. Unless they had an AI sitting here with me every day for the past 20 years, I'm sure they could probably um, um, have some type of knowledge to interact with people. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, I agree with you. There's nothing new out there when it comes to cold calling. The only thing that I say to people that are going to do cold calling is pick an industry, pick a company size, pick local firms, and get a really good list with executives on it, the C-level suite. Do not get managers and office managers or anything like that. Get the owner's name on there, because it's cold calling. So I've been working with this other firm, this other MSP, who is implementing a cold calling campaign, and I was training the individual, and he was getting some good traction with some firms, and I really think that if you have a great opening for a specific industry, and if that industry, and if you call them at the right time with a pitch that illustrates the value you have to offer that industry, I think you can get some meetings. I really do. I really do. So, do salespeople you deal with, when do they stay calm? Have any of them ever been rude to you? Because I got somebody rude. I've had rude salespeople with me.
Yeah, sure. Once they realize that there's no hope, they
Yeah.
get rude. But most of the time, their rudeness is limited to them just hanging up on me.
No. Okay.
Sometimes they'll talk it out with me. Sometimes they'll be like, I could tell they're frustrated with their lives or whatever, and they're just going to unload on me and dump all over me. And I'm cool with that. I could take it.
Now, so would you say the majority of them stay calm when you're talking?
Oh, yeah. They just hang up.
Oh, okay.
Right when they realize they're not going to get anything out of me, or that
Yeah.
there's going to be more effort in courting me than normal, they definitely just slam the phone down.
But what about when you've started a journey with a salesperson? You're like, okay, all right, Tom, I know I need you. I'm talking to you and a couple other firms. So, Tom, tell me about you. And when you tell Tom, I'm going with somebody else, does Tom stay calm?
Sometimes.
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 Well, I'm going to tell everybody who's listening, you got to always stay calm, because just because it's a no, when they give you a no today, doesn't mean that it's really a not right now. So you've got to have the professionalism to say, great, Gregory. All right, Gregory, I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate your candidness, and I appreciate you giving me an answer and not ghosting me. I'm going to stay in touch because I want to make sure that you're happy. And I feel that if the group that you're choosing, because you've said maybe they're closer to your office for whatever reason, they're less expensive, you've got to find out why they chose them. So you jot down in your notes why you lost that opportunity. You just have to, because you want to use it in the future, right? Because you're going to call them back and say, hey, you chose so and so because even though they had less experience than us, you still went with them. And I would like to see how happy you are after 6 months. Hey, you know what? We made the wrong choice, Fernando. We should have went with you because you work with other legal firms, and you know our industry very well. You've illustrated that in your presentation and your proposal. So you know what? Let's re-engage. Let's get a fresh proposal in here. But there's other things that you need to ask, and we're going to go over a lot of this stuff during the expert corner call later in the month. But yeah, you've got to just because they say no doesn't mean that it's a. I take it as a not right now. So let me ask you this: what is the percentage of salespeople that stay in touch with you after you've said no? would you say?
0, because I blocked their
0.
call. Yeah, I blocked their call.
Oh, you blocked their call.
Yes.
So there's none that you say, you know what, stay in touch.
You know who I'll tell to stay in touch with me is my account managers. I'll tell my account managers from various, like Kaseya, my Kaseya account manager. I won't block their call, but I'll tell them I will reach out to you when I need you. Don't
Okay.
bother me. Don't call me. Don't engage with me at all until I'm ready. And when I do, they don't call me back sometimes, which is even more frustrating. That they don't even call me back after that they've been calling me for months.
So let's make that, let's emphasize that then. So if somebody says, hey, don't call me, you got to respect that.
Yeah.
You got to say, hey, look, they're not ready. They would prefer to talk when they're ready. So that's something that you've got to put down in your CRM, that, hey, they prefer to call me. And I get it. I understand how some salespeople feel like, well, you got to go after that sale. But I'm also of the frame of mind that we respect other people's requests and we're professionals. You got to move on. So, but let me ask you this. This is big with me, because I'm a big I like to be helpful with everybody. So have any of them ever offered value in the meantime, like, or they say, hey, Gregory, I know I can't help you at Kaseya, but I know that you're looking for a SIM tool and we don't have it. I've got a great partner that can help you. Do any of them ever do something like that?
No.
Interesting.
No, never.
Yeah, that's valuable.
People are all about what they're selling, their product. They don't ever refer me to other people's products.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day and they're like, no, Fernando, we're going to move on. I go, hey, you know what? Our sock must have not been, it's not a fit for you. But one thing that I'm going to stress to you is that you should get cybersecurity insurance. And I have a great group that I can refer you to. Would you like to speak to them? Sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't. But always be helpful, even when it doesn't benefit you. You have to. That will register in people's minds that it's not just all about you. You're there to help them, and that's important. All right, so let me get in here to the last my last question here that I wanted to run by you. So how do salespeople end the follow-up call if you're still undecided? What are they saying? What are you hearing these days?
How they usually don't end it. They usually they're trying to grasp onto the sale that isn't there.
Okay.
They're still desperate to kind of fill out some preconceived form that their boss gave them or something, versus taking no for an answer, right?
So they don't explore why you're undecided. They don't ask you questions as to, hey, is our services not lining up with you? What, they don't ask you any more in-depth questions. Is that what, or they're just trying to push a sale?
They're just trying to push a sale.
Interesting.
Nobody ever asked me many questions. They just basically get off the phone as quick as they can. Hang up the phone. Get off.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you try, at least, again, this is where you read the room. Ask some questions, and if they feel like, if you sense they are being short or they sound annoyed, move on. Say, hey, you're very busy. I'm going to let you go. I'll circle back in 6 months. But don't leave the type of message or memory of, oh, this guy is an annoying sales guy. You don't want to give that type of image. That's not a good image. No. But you know what? We're going to be going over objections, and we'll be playing some role playing on our call, on our webinar later in the month, because we'll have some specific objections and what you should say. And since we're going to record it, we'll have people, they'll have the ability to replay it again. So, all right, so that's the end of our show. Let me just give you guys a quick plug on the MSP Corner. Obviously, we're on a mission. Gregory and we're on a mission to deliver valuable content to our members. And we're founders of an MSP. We know the struggles many of you go through. And this platform is specifically being developed and designed to help guide you through all of your challenges. Because a lot of you are starting out and there's a lot of gaps in your business. And what I mean by that is there's contracts, collateral, SOWs, proposals. We're going to have all that available for you guys, and frameworks to build email campaigns, follow SEO best practices, PPC campaigns. And even cold calling campaigns. We'll have scripts and all those goodies for you. All right, so my closing thoughts are this. Every MSP has heard that dreaded statement. We need to think about it. But the pros don't flinch. They listen, clarify, and they coach. Objections are never the enemy. They are just part of the process. And Greg, thanks for sharing your experience today. And if those listening, if you're an MSP owner looking for guidance on closing smarter, not harder, join our mentoring group. You don't have to navigate these conversations alone. We're going to help you turn hesitation into high value clients. All right, thanks for listening. And don't forget to sign up to be a member at www.mspcorner.com. Please share our link with a CEO who will find our information beneficial to their business. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to sign up to be a member on www.mspcorner.com. Please share our link with a CEO who will find our information beneficial to their business. Have an awesome day.